Welcome back, Patriots. Those of you that have watched my videos know I talk a lot about 9/11. And this video pretty much goes through some of the phases of, in other words, the first two clips really of people that have no clue of what building number 7 and how it transpired there, and that it might be an inside job. And then the next guy is a good case in denial, or how you can hold doublethink, how you can hold two separate thoughts in your mind at the same time. And that he was there that day, and he worked for several months. He was a glazer. So he was there repairing windows and cleaning debris and just doing a whole bunch of stuff. So he was there that day, worked 48 hours straight through it, and just stayed there for several months on the site. And you can see him dealing with the denial and the acceptance. Strange. But it's the third guy that really gets me. He's an engineer for the Defense Department. And highly awake, very awake. Talked about other subjects besides this, but this is all about 9/11 here. And it was a question I asked him at the end that got to me. Because I asked him how many other people inside the Defense Department and his department, whatnot, are aware of the truth. And his answer was a lot. It was the answer to the next question that burns me. So anyway, you know what you do. If you like this video, you hit the like button. If you care, you share. And if you can, go get my 9/11 t-shirt design. It is probably one of my best designs. It certainly gets people to ask a lot of questions about 9/11. Even David Knight picked it up from me when he saw when he came by my booth and he saw my design. He now uses my phrase of 2 buildings, 2 planes, 3 buildings, do the math. So kind of proud of that. So go get that design and spread the word on this. There is a court case going through New York right now, and if we can get the truth at that, we'd be talking about a whole bunch of things happening. So without further ado, if you can, let's get to this video, and pray for me out there. Thank you very much. God bless you.
It was 2 planes for the towers, but not for the Pentagon.
That's not the Pentagon.
What's that?
This is the 3rd building to fall in New York City on 9/11.
Okay.
There were 3 buildings that fell in New York City in 9/11.
Okay.
That is called WTC 7, or the Solomon Building. 47 stories tall, housed all 16 of our intelligence agencies, LeMayor's emergency bunker.
Yeah.
From where we're standing to the other side of the French Market.
Yeah.
5:20 in the afternoon, without being hit by anything, it did this in 6 seconds.
In 6 seconds?
Perfect controlled demolition to the ground.
Okay. Interesting. Haven't heard of that. What's the name of it?
They don't want you to know about it. It's called WTC 7, or the Solomon Building. If you go to the back of this flyer right here and take a look at or at the bottom of it, you're going to see architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth.
Yeah.
You read that, and then, go to that site, and you'll see that building collapse. And you're going to say, if I hadn't told you what that was, and you saw it collapse, and I asked you, you'd say, well, that's a controlled demolition.
Okay. So it's on the internet? It's
yes.
YouTube?
Oh, yeah, you can see it all over the internet, absolutely.
Yeah. But they,
That's nice too.
yeah. Where are you guys from?
Germany.
Ah. So you know, you're familiar. You know what that means. You know what that's all
No,
about.
that's what me and that girl were just talking. She says, I don't understand that. What is that? That's him.
That third building. It's called the Solomon Building, or WTC 7. From where we're standing to the other side of the French Market,
Yeah.
47 stories tall, housed all 16 of our intelligence agencies and the mayor's emergency bunker.
That's what they
Wasn't hidden by a damn thing, and at 5:20 in the afternoon that day, it did this in 6 seconds.
really.
Went straight to the ground. They never even talked about it. Perfect controlled demolition. Under all 3 of those buildings, molten metal burned for 2.5 months. They never told us where that came from either. There's a court case going through New York City right now. A group of lawyers are presenting the evidence from architects and engineers from 9/11 Truth, showing those buildings came down by controlled demolition. That court case is going through New York as we speak.
Well, who do you think orchestrated this? The government? I mean, those planes were maybe, I'm a little stupid here now. You're going to talk to me.
Well, who benefited from that? In any crime, you go, who benefited?
Where's the money?
Follow the money. Who benefited?
Thank
Who
you.
did?
Wasn't us.
Nope.
Wasn't the Muslims.
Nope.
The military-industrial complex and the national security state. Remember, at the time, they were talking about a peace dividend.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't explain that to her. She should have been here.
Yeah.
She was all into it.
That's what I do out here. If you go to the back of this flyer right here, on the bottom, you got architects and engineers from 9/11 Truth, right? You go look at what they got. Go look at their evidence. And all they do is bring up the physics.
Yeah.
And go, this is not possible. What happened there is not, the way they say those buildings came down is not physically possible.
Yeah.
118 firemen testified to explosives going off all around them. NIST, National Institute for Science and Technology, right? Whose job it is to investigate things like this. Never performed one single test for explosives. If that bridge were to fall down, they'd have to come out and find out. Did explode? 118 firemen testified to explosives going off, and they didn't do a test for explosives. Why?
There you go. There's a lot of things you're not supposed to ask questions about.
I'm out here asking,
If you
pal.
do, Hillary will knock you off.
I'm out here asking. And she can try. Better people have.
There.
You worked there in what capacity?
I was there. I'm a musician, but I'm also CERT trained. I lived in New York City 25 years, and September 13th was the CMJ Festival. I went down there to pick up my tickets, but I'm a glass guy. I'm a glazer. So as soon as I got there, as soon as I saw the 2 hit, I went up to one of the fire chiefs and said, "Hey, I'm CERT trained, CPR." He said, "Stick around." So I was there probably for 48 hours straight without sleep the first day, and then I ended up got some sleep, and I worked there for 13 months. The first 2 months in the pile, and then the next 11 months changing the glass from the concussion of all the buildings around it. So, but yeah, it ended up, when they came down, they actually damaged 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 all came down. So,
In your estimation, what brought those buildings down?
well, I saw the second plane hit. It wasn't a missile. I know those people think it was a missile, it's great, but I saw the second plane hit. 7 had to be a controlled demolition. The building was uninhabitable. So yes, they brought 5 and 7 down. They had to. Too much debris just damaged it. It would have cost more to refurbish.
Whoa, wait. It came down that day.
No, actually 7 came down. Well, yeah, but it was about 16 hours later that they brought it down.
Yes.
Because they thought it was going to collapse on the church street, so they were afraid of that. So so they just brought it down. But those buildings
if I
came down.
if I may,
Oh, yeah,
from
go
other professionals I've talked about here, demolition men, professional demolition men, professional architects, professional engineers, firemen that were there that day, policemen that were there that day, survivors that were in the buildings there that day. You do not and cannot rig a building to come down in a matter of hours, especially with all the chaos and the damage and that's going on. It takes a minimum, it would take a month.
Well,
a minimum to go ahead and rig a building up to come down. A minimum, very short. I mean,
I
very
believe
minimum.
that. I believe that. I believe there was. Oh yeah, I believe there was something else going on. But here's the other thing I don't like. I don't know. Do you know how many people in our government would have had to keep their mouths shut for that?
I know how many because I've asked the policemen.
And do you really
I've
think
asked
that many people can keep their mouths shut?
Yes, I'll tell you why.
Because they killed them.
Well, I've asked policemen and firemen out there that have told me things that happened there that they witnessed that never appeared in the news. And I asked them, why don't you speak out about this? And it's because we've been warned. Yeah. If we do, we lose our pensions, our lives are threatened, our family lives are threatened, so they keep their mouth shut. So yeah, there are a lot of people that would.
I'm not a Democrat. I was one of the only 5 people in Manhattan that voted for Trump.
I'm answering your question. There are a lot of people that, for reasons that of keeping their families alive and keeping their jobs.
I agree. Yeah.
There's a court case going through right now in New York of lawyers that are presenting evidence gathered by architects and engineers for 9/11 truth. There are over 3,000 architects and engineers, some of them the best in the world.
I've heard something about that.
Yeah.
So.
That court case has been granted to go through because they presented evidence, the judge has granted, showing that those buildings came down by controlled demolition.
I believe it. I mean, when the first tower came down, when tower number 2, well, the South Tower was the second hit, but the first to come down. Because I remember I had to scramble under a car and almost got buried.
Well, even in the Twin Towers, the ground floor, the windows were blown out. So there was explosions on the ground floor that blew those windows. You being a glass man know that, when windows are blown outwards, that means the explosion came from the inside, not from the outside.
I believe it, But I mean, I remember hearing how they fell, and they collapsed exactly the way they were supposed to. A lot of people don't remember. The core was strong on the interior. The outside was just curtain wall. Curtain wall comes down 1, 2, 3 because I've installed.
Yeah, but we're talking about 47 beams. Some of them as thick as my body, right? That started in the center. That was the core.
Yeah.
So to have all of them just come down without resistance means that they had to be taken out.
Well, the noise it made, it actually was one floor collapsing onto the other.
Again, physics doesn't. I've talked to engineers and physics professors out here, and it does not wash. When you have this amount collapsing on this amount, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So as this hits this, it also disintegrates. So this is not one solid block that would keep on hammering on the way down. It would disintegrate on the way down, hitting thicker and thicker and thicker structure. So as it collapsed, it would end right about here. It wouldn't collapse the whole building.
Oh, I know.
It's physically impossible to do that. So the hammer effect is complete bullshit. It's a false story.
I mean, I just remember the noise. So
I understand the noise, but
and I'm sorry, whether or not our government has something to do with it, Muslims are complicit.
Well, elements within our I spoke to 2 weeks ago, and you can see it on my website. The head, 2 years ago, he resigned or quit, his time was up. The head, nationally, for Homeland Security for critical infrastructure, the guy knows buildings. He was the head of it. We talked about this for 20 minutes, and he says there's questions about that. There's no way those buildings came down the way the official story says it. This was the head of Homeland Security critical infrastructure.
that I talked to that said that. He said there's no way the Pentagon was hit by an airplane.
Well, that I know there was no debris. That I don't know. But I mean, wait, was he under limp dick? That's my name for Obama, limp dick. No, was he under limp dick?
No, he was there during Bush's reign because he started out with the Homeland Security. He was head of the critical infrastructure. He was there. He was a career man. I mean, there's other anomalies about it. There's like, if you go to this on this flyer, 118 firemen testified to explosives going off all around them.
Oh, I believe it.
Now NIST.
Oh, I heard this shit when I was there.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard like we didn't know what the fuck was going on. We were too busy trying to save people.
Now here's the deal. NIST never performed one single test for explosives. Why not?
Probably because they knew they'd find them.
But it's their job to do that.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't realize. I mean, everybody says 1, 2, and 7, but no one realizes that 3 and 5 came down also.
Yeah.
You know? Well,
Did they collapse in their own footprint, or did they collapse?
buildings fell on top of them. They were just too
That's it.
They were too
Building
damaged.
number 7 was too far away for anything to land on it. It fell into its own footprint of its own initiative.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that.
So that's the deal. That's where the questions come from.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Don't have it in my usual pocket, so.
But if you go to I just posted the interview I had with the guy from Homeland Security. It's on the back of this get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. Go listen to what he has to say about it. You know what that means, don't you? You know what that signifies?
9/11.
Yeah, but you know what that third building is?
The building was Pentagon was hit, and then the 2 towers. So I don't know.
No. This building is the third building to fall in New York City on 9/11.
Okay.
They never talk about it.
Okay.
It's called WTC 7.
Yeah, what brought it down?
Right, thank you. It wasn't hit by anything. And at 5:20 in the afternoon, it did this in 6 seconds.
No planes hit it.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Talk to him. He'll explain it.
Yeah. What part of no collusion, no obstruction do Democrats not understand?
Exactly. After 2 years, God knows how many millions of dollars.
Yeah. But they always just talking that guy. They never give up. They never give up. It's this comes out, and now they're going, impeach. What?
Based on what? Yeah, have fun with that.
What does it say? Women for Trump. Let Trump's hate.
Yep. That's true. The only violence I ever see is
Yeah, the ones that know
from
we like
those who are
Trump.
tolerant and, you know.
Yeah. Indeed. Where are you guys from?
Fort Walton Beach.
Oh, nice there. What do you do there? What are you doing for?
Engineer.
Oh, terrific.
Oh, he's got it.
Then that's why you know about 9/11?
Oh, yeah.
See, I already got my Trump flag.
Oh,
The
terrific.
2020. Yeah.
Hot chicks for Trump button.
I do have my hot chicks.
I love it.
Do it.
Are you familiar with
You need to have a
architects
sense
and
of humor.
engineers for 9/11 Truth? You familiar
A little
with
bit.
Yeah. They have there's a case going in New York right now on building number 7 that a judge has accepted on the information they've supplied of that building coming down by controlled demolition. So it's going through the courts in New York right now. Yeah, it's a good organization. If you, of course, they accept signatures. I don't know. Do you work for yourself, or do you? Are you with the company?
Defense contractor.
Oh, you're a defense contractor. Well, you definitely couldn't sign up with them then. I don't have any more of the flyers, but yeah, you couldn't do it. So you're an architect for the defense? Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
And you I talked to out here last week, and you can go to my site and see this. Guy retired 2 years ago, was head of Department of Homeland Security critical infrastructure for the entire nation. And we talked about the buildings because obviously critical infrastructure. I said, well, I went straight to the chase of this. And he has questions about 9/11. He says, especially the Pentagon. So there's no way that a plane could have gone through those walls.
They're almost jokes. But what they're doing is they're trying to bring in all those illegals and place them strategically. They're hoping that'll happen.
Yeah.
But
How
what
can it be?
think
I mean, it's not
if it
physically
gives
possible. You know
sanctuary
that as an
cities, well, they're not allowed to make anyway, so that's
It's made.
Look what Pelosi's saying. Don't bring them to my city.
Yeah, but she's all sanctuary.
Oh, but they're great people. Don't bring them to my city.
But if you know that, how many people in the Defense Department are aware of things?
I say plant them right in those sanctuary.
Drop them
And is anything being done to expose it?
He getting elected 2020.
Why not?
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know.
2024.
There you go.
Dropping off in our
Yep.
See, that's what burns
Have a
me.
good day.
I'm running into people that are aware of the truth, but are hiding the truth. That's what burns me.
You have a good day.
Oh, God bless
You
you.
got another group up here.
Well, you can see why, Maria, the answer to my last question burned me. How can so many people know the truth? I mean, everybody from housewives to Defense Department engineers, Homeland Security heads, know the truth. Hell, Trump knows the truth. Yet we all walk around pretending. Oh, God. God help us. God help.